some Lions news, more of Lions and Kansas City news on Kansas City injury front that affects the Detroit Lions in a significant way. Now, I'm going to keep it 100. I wasn't actually going to do a video today because I'm not feeling that great. But with such a big game coming up and news coming out of Arrowhead and Kansas City with some injuries, we got to talk about it, and you need to listen to it because we have one of the biggest games that's happening to the Lions franchise, and it's just 2 days away, so we got to talk about it. Like yesterday, if you're a fan of graphics, this video is not for you. I don't have the time to do it because I'm just not feeling that great, and a lot going on with the Lions and Kansas City Chiefs from multiple platforms. So I got to get my time in with the best ability that I can do. So we're going to just do it a quick, fast video for you folks. We'll talk about it and get into it. Just came out today, Adam Schefter, that Travis Kelce hyperextended his knee and game time decision for Thursday night. This is a massive, big piece of news that affects the Detroit Lions because he is their number one offensive weapon besides Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes throwing to him. And the Lions been talked about, how do you defend Travis Kelce? Well, look, folks, even if he does play, Kelce's not going to be 100%. And I don't wish injury upon anybody. Why? Because you don't want that to happen. You don't want players to not play due to injury. We as Lions fans, we've suffered through it multiple times where players whom is big time to our game does not play, i.e. Matthew Stafford or Calvin Johnson throughout the years. We've seen it. Question for you today. Does Travis Kelce play in this game on Thursday? Why for yes and for no? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. He may not play at all. He may not play. And if he does not play, that means the Lions defense can go ahead and just focus on the wide receivers a little bit more and maybe put Brian Branch on a backup tight end or kind of scout for Patrick Mahomes for when he's running around and doing his magical work that he does on the field, his improvise. It is huge because if Patrick Mahomes does not have his all-pro tight end, the guy who catches everything, who makes the big play when there's nothing happening, because that's what Travis Kelce does. He gets open when there's nothing there. He gets the touchdown when the play breaks down. We've seen it 100 times over. It means the Detroit Lions don't need to focus on him. They can focus on the receivers, focus on how to contain Patrick Mahomes so he doesn't get outside the pocket. And the defense, whom we already like in the secondary of C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Kirby Joseph, Cam Sutton, Brian Branch, making the big-time plays that they do, will have one less dominant player they got to focus on. That's massive. Right now, the point spread is the Lions are underdogs of 6.5. If he doesn't play, that's significantly going to drop, in my opinion. I think this is such a big injury front for the Kansas City Chiefs and ultimately changes the trajectory of this game. I already had the Lions winning this game. But if you don't have your number one target for Patrick Mahomes, best believe that's a massive advantage to the Detroit Lions. Say he plays, just like I said before. He's not going to be 100%, folks. He's not going to be able to cut the way he wants to cut in his routes. That's just the facts of extending your knee the way that it did in practice for him today. He's going to be a less effective if he does play. Again, this is a big advantage to the Detroit Lions defense if this occurs. When it comes to Chris Jones, who has yet to get on the practice field, and each day passes, looks like he's not going to play Thursday. Huge advantage to the Detroit Lions offensive line. So with the three big players that Kansas City has, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Chris Jones, 2 of those 3, may not be playing on Thursday. And when you look at the Lions injury report, what injury report? Everyone is pretty much healthy. Now, we got Isaiah Buggs, who's not going to be playing in the game. That has nothing to do with injury. It has to do with conduct. The Lions are really healthy. Kansas City Chiefs are not healthy. But make no mistake about it. Kansas City's still a damn good team. They won the Super Bowl. They still got Patrick Mahomes out there. But it seems like the stars are lining up for the Lions to pull off a major upset in this game. I want to hear from you right now in the comment section. Who do you got winning the game? Do you have the Detroit Lions winning? If you do, put L. Do you still, or do you believe the Kansas City Chiefs win? Put C for Chiefs. It's going to be the pinned comment for this video because, obviously, Lions and Chiefs. With these players potentially not playing, the Lions have an opportunity to shock the world and go into Arrowhead and win this game. The Lions have Halupluti Vati, who we didn't have last year on the offensive line. Now the offensive line is whole for the first time ever. You have David Montgomery. We haven't seen anything from him, but we know what he can do as a running back. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be all over this field giving fits to Kansas City. The Lions have an opportunity to win this game. They legitimately do. Now, when it comes to my prediction, I got the Lions winning 32-28. I think the Lions can do this. I think they have an opportunity here to show that the big stage doesn't affect them. It's going to be similar to what we saw from last year. Lions at Green Bay, Lambeau Field. Lions had nothing to play for. They, meaning the Packers, had everything to play for, and we defeated them. The Lions players, thanks to Dan Campbell and the coaching staff and all the leadership for this football team, I don't think they're not ready for the big stage. I think they're going into this game expecting to win, expecting to put on a performance for the world to see. This is such an opportunity for the Lions that they can go in here and win this game with Kelce potentially out or limited, with Chris Jones not even coming into camp due to contract. The Lions can pull this upset, folks. They absolutely can. Dan Campbell made an example out of Isaiah Buggs. Showed them no one person nor talent is over the team. You're in or you're out. He set an example by putting Buggs on the sideline. Everybody's seen it. This team is like Dan Campbell. Team first mentality. Not worried about the big stage. And fight till the bitter end wherever it's at. I think it's going to happen on Thursday. We're going to be live for this game, live stream watch party on my channel, and it's going to be epic. So make sure you hit that notification bell and get ready for it. I know this video is not going to be the longest video that I have done. Why is that? Again, I'm not feeling that great. But with the news of Travis Kelce and the continued lack of Chris Jones involved in the Kansas City Chiefs, we have to talk about it. It has to be something that we put out there for you guys to listen and understand what's going on. And it seems like the opposite luck. Generally, it's the Lions who are injured and everything goes against them. Now, it feels like it's the opposite. Feels like the wind is with the Lions' back on this one. If the Lions go into Arrowhead and win, it's going to be the talk of sports right there. 1-0, defeating the Super Bowl champions on their opening game when they're getting all the accolades of winning the Super Bowl in an environment which is extremely loud, one of the loudest stadiums in all of football. the team could do it. So, folks, let me know your predictions in the comment section. Who do you win? Who all that? What's your score predictions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. With that said, adios.